If I'm just bringing a tiny whoop, I'll bring two tiny whoops just in case. So I'll put this in here. If this fits in here, that's cool. If it doesn't, whatever. Bring some extra props, all the batteries that I'm going to be using. I always bring both radios because I like the different feels of the gimbals. And for some reason, my Tango 2 modules doesn't have as much range as this for some reason. I think it's going out. Prop tool, depending if you're flying a 5-inch or a tiny whoop. You know, you get your prop tools just in case, so you can change out props quickly. I always get the little pick tool for whatever reason. You know, you could use it to like move some wires out the way, or maybe like push down on the UFL connector, or actually take off the UFL antenna. Bring extra UFL antennas just in case you break one while you're out there. It does happen all the time. You can see this one's pretty chewed up, but this little protective sheath kind of helps. Bring different antennas for your goggles just in case, just to see if the environment has different interference depending on your antennas. Your tools, of course, you know, it's your little electric screwdriver. Your normal screwdriver is fine too. If I'm flying for a while, I'm gonna bring this power brick. This power brick I said I was gonna talk about before, but I never did. This is ridiculously good. I power a projector, a monitor, basically my Whoop chargers. I can charge my goggle batteries. I can charge my screen for the goggle batteries, the screen itself, all of that all at once. And by the end of the session, I'm probably still at like 60-70%, maybe 80. This thing is a huge, awesome investment. It gets you out of like your radio's dying or your goggles are dying and you don't have any extras, you know, for whatever reason. This is going to save your fucking ass, especially when you're like recording things or you're trying to get content or whatever. Shit dies. My phone dies, my GoPro dies, so it's kind of nice to have that, and it charges really quickly. You have your USB-Cs, your regulars. USB-C actually charges at 65 watts, which is ridiculous. I think with these tiny whoop chargers on a regular outlet in your home, I think that charges up to like 1 point, or no, not 1.8, 0.8 or like 0.9 max. When you connect it to that 65 watt, you can charge at 1.3 amps, which on 1S, would you want to do that? Don't know. Up to you, really. Let's just say you get home at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, you got an hour before sundown, you want to charge it in like 30 minutes. You can probably get away with it for like a few times before you start doing some real damage to the 1S batteries. I bring my little screen with me all the time, just to double check and make sure that the video is good before actually putting my goggles on and taking them off and then checking and then not checking. Fuck all that. So I'll just basically, I think it's dead. Oh, no, it's not. So I'll basically turn that on, plug up the drone, see what the footage looks like. If everything looks good, then I'm good. I'll turn it back off, and I'll go from there. Or maybe if someone's flying, you know, if I'm there with somebody, I'll just look at this if I don't have the big monitor set up. And then I'll change the channels and do whatever from there. But yeah, that's typically what I bring. I'm always going to bring a table if I'm going to stay there a while. If not, I'll just bring a chair. I bring a shit ton of SD cards just in case, because for whatever reason, you know, heat, whatever, how technology works, some of those SD cards corrupt, which I was actually upset recently. I flew yesterday and I had some pretty good fucking footage of the GoPro looking down at the controller, and then some people came up to me. We had some good interactions, but my fucking SD card corrupted, so I was pretty upset about that. But other than that, yeah, that's basically it. I would say that's typically the most useful things you can bring. You know, if you're talking about 5-inch, just convert all these tools to 5-inch, basically. You know, get your hex tools and all that good stuff, and then that should be able to get you on the road. When on board while you're out in the field, bring your charger, that 6S charger, if you end up getting one of these power bricks. But I mean, if you guys are really investing in FPV, you got to get this kind of stuff. I mean, it's just inevitable. It's cool, coming back home, charging up, and then going back out. But wouldn't it be sick just charging up and just running pack after pack after pack after pack? I mean, that's nice, especially if you're flying with people. Because you're not going to be going back to back to back to back. It's going to be like a 5-10 minute wait time. By that time, you're already at 4.2, 4.25. You're almost charged up for your next pack. And, buying extra batteries are definitely going to be one of the most ideal things. Now, one thing to note, if you guys, I've been noticing a lot of these bind and fly. I didn't know this, but a lot of these bind and flies are coming in 4S. 5-inch. If that stack that's on that drone is capable of 6S, just run 6S, because you're not getting the full effect of what a 5-inch should feel like. 6S versus 4S is just sheer power. So that's what those are my 2 cents. And one more thing before I end this. The battery quantity. Don't buy fucking 20 batteries. You don't need 20 batteries. A lot of people, I say a lot of people, I did this. I had a 4S 3.5 Grinderino. I still have it. I don't even fly that thing. I probably have about 20 or so 4S batteries that I don't use anything for. I'll use it for like external stuff. I'll use it to charge, my goggle battery, I'll use it to charge a power brick, or just random stuff like that. Sometimes I'll do it in a goggle, but that's how I blew out a goggle, so I don't use that for goggles anymore. But yeah, if you're gonna fly, if you go fly and you fly 5-6 packs every time you go fly, and then you want more batteries, do you want more batteries to fly more packs, or do you want more batteries to have the convenience of having more batteries? And when it comes to 5-inch drones, when you're starting to do the more risky stuff, you're gonna smash batteries, you're gonna break batteries, you're gonna cut balance leads, and if you're not already soldering now, you're most likely not gonna solder new wires or a new balance lead or repair a new battery, because that's pretty daunting, because that's basically a bomb in your hand. So yeah, I mean, I'll talk more about batteries later. I've done quite a bit of repairs on batteries that I've managed to salvage, because I'm like, fuck that, it's a $30 battery and I want to fix it. But yeah, these are my 2 cents, my 3 cents now. This is an 8-minute video, Jesus. But yeah, man, if you have any more questions, hit me up. Appreciate it.